Okay friends, so welcome once again. As we were saying the complement system and we have seen a classic pathway. It's called classical pathway. Okay, remember this. This is a classical pathway of activation of complement system. Okay. And in this pathway, one thing which we need to remember is we need antibodies. Always antibodies is required to activate classical pathway. Okay, antibody is required for classical pathway. As I have told you that this classical pathway, it's mainly effective on gram-negative bacteria, right? So what about the gram-positive? Let's see that also about gram-positive in same classical pathway only. Okay, so let's see for gram positive. Again, the same we consider a bacteria. Okay, and as we know, antigen are present here, so that antibodies will be formed. Once the antibodies form, mainly which one I told you again, IgG, IgM and IgG, right? So when antibodies form, these antibodies will come and join, will bind to this antigen, right? And it has Fc portion which will activate our complement system, right? So what happening here is for gram positive is same thing, the complement system will activated by C1 protein of Q domain of C1 protein, right? After binding of Q1 Q of C1, which will be the next protein that is going to bind is, I told you again, C4. Okay, C4, but I told you as C4 as a two component, which component will go away? Yes, C4A will move away and C4B will remain binded. Okay, as after C4, which will be get binded is C2. As C2 also, this protein also has two fragments. The C2A fragment will move away and which will remain binded is C2B. And after this, as C4B and C2B together are called as I told you in previous lecture, C4B and C2B are together called as C3 convertase. So C3 protein is going to bind after this C3 protein. But again what will happen? Two fragments, one of the fragment of C3 will go away, that is C3A, and the second fragment which will remain binded is C3B. Now I told you as C3B is the central component in this complement system. So now from C4B, C2B and C3B, this together is called as C5 convertase, right? But the thing which I want to tell you is, remember, for gram negative this will go forward and it will form membrane attack complex, right? But for gram positive only till C3B, until this only it will be formed. Why? Now see, what happen is, we know there are two component of opsonins which help in opsonization. Which are they? The one is C3B and the other which we have seen in our previous lecture videos is IgG. We need to always remember this. These two are this opsonizing molecule. Okay, opsonization, help in opsonization. These are the two important for opsonization. Now as we have got the C3B, now our mostly the neutrophils and the macrophages, they have the receptor for this C3b. So what will happen for the gram positive bacteria? These neutrophils and macrophage, as it has receptor here for C3b and IgG, as this now this bacteria has C3b binder on it, right? That means this bacteria has got coated with C3b. So what will happen is, now these neutrophils or macrophage, neutrophil and macrophages can easily bind to this bacteria now, because they have receptor, they love this C3b, so this can easily get binded with it, and in this way it get phagocytosed. And this C3b, actually if C3b is not present here, then also this bacteria can be phagocytosed by our neutrophils and macrophages, but this C3b help to opsonize it fastly. It's this bacteria can be binded tightly to the neutrophils and macrophages. They cannot move once the C3b has once the coating of C3b is present on the bacteria. Okay, so this was regarding how with the help of opsonization our gram positive bacteria are got phagocytosed. Okay, this was regarding our classical pathway. Okay, but as there is one more pathway, that is alternate pathway. Let's see that one. Now remember, the important thing is, first of all, alternate pathway is the quick pathway as compared to the classical pathway. That means whenever an antigen or any bacterial invades in our body, the first pathway which will got activated will be alternate pathway. Why is that? I will tell you now. So it's alternate pathway now. For our classical pathway, we need antibodies to get activated, the complement system, right? And once the bacteria has invaded our body, it takes around 5 to 10 days to formation of the antibodies. But in alternate pathway, it doesn't take that much of time. As soon as bacteria invades, it got activated. That's why this pathway is also called as the first line pathway. Okay, and as that it takes time to form the antibodies, that's why classical pathway is not a first line pathway. Okay, now let's move. What will happen is, here is a bacteria, suppose. Now I told you for classical pathway antibodies is a must, so there must be something also here required to activate this alternate pathway. What is that thing? Is, remember, there are endotoxins present on the bacteria, also called as surface molecules, which help to activate our pathway, this alternate pathway in complement system. Okay, as this surface molecule, it is actually lipid surface molecules. It consists of lipid as well as little bit carbohydrates are present in that. So this surface molecules is also called as lipid surface molecule, and in that carbohydrate is also present. Okay, not on bacteria also, there are this surface molecules are present on virus also, fungi also. So they every even fungi, bacteria or virus, everyone has some surface molecules which will help to activate our alternate pathway. So as soon as this bacteria will invade our body, what will happen is our blood vessels will get dilated, right? And the endothelial cells of this blood vessel will get contracted, so that our complement protein can come at the site of the immune response, right? But the difference here is, again, in classical pathway, the protein, the first protein that used to bind this antibody, okay, the first protein that used to bind this antibody was C1, but here is not like that. here directly C3 protein can bind to antibodies. Okay, the first difference that we have seen was that is first line, and the classical pathway is not a first line. Now here that C1 protein is not binding. Instead of C1 protein, what is binding to the antibody of the Fc portion of the antibody is C3. Now what will happen is, once it get binded to the antibody, this C3 will get fragmented into two parts. What that C3a will move away and C3b will remain. Okay. Now what will happen is, there is a factor called as the B factor. B factor. This will get now binded to this C3 protein, C3b protein, and once this factor get binded to this C3, this C3b plus B factor, this B factor also get fragmented into two parts, that is A, that is got away, and small b, that will be remain also. So this C3b and small b, they together forms what? This together will form, remember, C3b convertase again. That means what? C3 was there already, it got binded. After that, B factor and a small part of the B factor, that is B fragment, remains, and the A fragment moves away. But again C3b protein will bind. C3b will bind, and it will got fragmented into two, that is A part and the B part will remain. So what we have seen here, C3b previously, again after that B factor binded and got fragmented, after that again C3b got binded. So I told you, as C3b is an opsonizing molecule which helps in opsonization, and macrophages has the receptor for the C3b. So again the same thing will happen is, macrophage or neutrophils have the receptor for this C3b, and what will happen is, this C3b will get coated on this bacterial surface, and it will easily get phagocytosed by our neutrophils or macrophages. Okay, this was regarding our complement system. And as I told you that this A, all the A part, that is C3a or 2a, C2a, these are going, but where these are going, actually these all are also augmenting our immune response by helping to dilate our blood vessels and to contract endothelial cells. So and there is one more thing, that C3a, it's attract or complement protein to come out from blood vessels toward the immune response. So these are not getting wasted, as I am telling that they are going away, but they are helping augmenting our immune response again, so that the proteins from the blood vessel will move toward the immune side. So this was regarding the complement system. And actually one more pathway which was not mostly considered or mentioned anyway, many books, but I will just tell you little bit about that, is Menin-lectin pathway. Menin pathway you can call it. In this pathway, as the cell of the bacterial has the menin present here. Menin. What happens in our blood vessels? There is already menin protein that is called as menin-lectin protein. Menin-lectin protein. And as it's already present there, this also is produced by the liver. This protein, as the immune response happens, this proteins comes out due to the vasodilation and the vasoconstriction of endothelial cells, and it get binded to this menin present on the bacterial cell. As it get binded, it again attaches to the C3b, then again factor B part of the factor, again C3b, same like alternate pathway. And as this is also this also does not require antibodies, and this is also same as alternate pathway, because it does not take time, and it does not call first line pathway or primary, but it also happens fast as compared to classical pathway. So if you compare with classical pathway, alternate and Menin, what is the difference? In classical pathway, antibodies are required. In alternate pathway, no antibodies are required. Or in Menin also, no antibodies are required. In classical pathway, what happens? The first protein that will bind to the Fc portion is C1, whereas in alternate pathway, the first protein will be C3, and here also will be C3. So, and this is also this is alternate pathway, and this happens as fast as compared to the classical pathway. So it's the first immune response. Okay, and this will take times, so it happens after antibodies form after 5 to 10 days. Okay, so this was regarding our the complement system, as we have finished this complement system part here. In further we will start with our hypersensitivity and its types. So thank you for listening once again, and if you have any difficulty or doubt, you can comment in the comment box. Thank you.